And guys, we are back after a long overdue break. Um, so, short thing short, everybody's free of the COVID down here now, so that's actually a good sign. But today we have very special guests, lead vocalist and a amazing screamer. But do I say myself, I wish I had the lung capacity to do this. But we have Richard Javrin from True Shot.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem, man. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna tell you flat out, like I do the majority of my guests. I find you guys just flipping through Facebook. I jam your songs on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. I look them up on YouTube. I jam the hell out of them before I message you guys.
Awesome, man. That really means a lot. It's really cool when people discover us because we're still an up and coming developing band. So it's always cool when somebody says that they've discovered our music and they enjoy it.
So I'm gonna give you your heads up, man. Your song on our break, I'm gonna go ahead and play. I'm missing, and it's gonna play worldwide in several countries, actually all over the world, several countries on AM/FM radio, CCTV, and broadcasted over several networks. So it's gonna get a lot of attention.
Cool. That's awesome. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. So, I mean, go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and the rest of your bandmates. I know that they couldn't make it. And so big shout out to you guys on your up and coming, music skills. And, just keep on rocking, keep doing what you're doing. You got one fan here for sure.
Yeah, awesome, man. No, I appreciate that. But yeah, as you said, my name is Richard Jambrin. I'm the vocalist slash frontman slash screamer, if you will, for True Shot. I'd say that we're a metalcore band. We're from New Hampshire. We formed back in 2018, and to date we have an EP out that we released last year, and we've released 2 singles this year, Paradigm and Find Me I'm Missing. And we have plans for a couple more singles before the year is out. And my other bandmates, we have Adam Levesque on guitar. He also does some of the clean vocals in the band. We have Derek Mayo, who's our bass player. And we also have Anthony Gagnon, who's our drummer.
Awesome. So, I mean, how did you guys actually form to come together? Did some of y'all play in different bands, or were y'all all best friends and just decided one day, you know what, let's just form a band?
Yeah, so it's actually the story is actually both kind of funny and kind of anticlimactic. So True Shot is my first ever band. I've never been in a band other than True Shot. I was kind of one of those kids growing up that I always wanted to kind of, learn how to scream. So I started by, mimicking some of my favorite vocalists, and mine at the time and still to this day is Phil Bozeman of Whitechapel. He's kind of who I modeled
Oh my God. I love Phil Bozeman. I mean, my absolute favorite song when that man screams, it has to be The Saw Is the Law.
Oh yeah, no, he's phenomenal. I mean, so he's a guy who I think that's a lot of people learn how to scream as they try to mimic some of their favorites. So that's kind of, I just one day just decided I kind of wanted to form a band, and at the time, a really good friend of mine, he was our original drummer. He's kind of who I started it up with, and we found Adam, our guitar player, on Craigslist of all places.
Wow.
Yeah, and then from there,
kind of like what Motley Crue did, how to find, when they found Mick Mars, they were looking through the paper ads.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it really paid off. So, because Adam is a super talented guitar player, super technically skilled in terms of not only guitar, but just everything associated with what goes on with the band in terms of, recording us in the studio before we send it out to be mixed and mastered and just all that stuff. So from there, he brought in Derek, who was, a friend of his since, they were in diapers essentially. So yeah, we kind of formed just by me deciding one day I want to move from screaming in the car to in a band and Craigslist.
Hey, it paid off, man. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, because I work in a warehouse. So like in my section of the warehouse, I always crank up the radio and I play whatever the hell I want to play. So usually all my guests, I have a sick playlist of all the songs I like for them, and then I mash them up in one playlist with every band and just let it ride.
Yeah.
And your song, Come Find Me I'm Missing was actually playing, and one of my other metalhead friends who's actually like me. We're like old, like super old scene kids.
Hmm.
And he's like, this it's badass. I like it. Who is it? And I told him, I was like, it's a band that I just discovered. It's called True Shot. They're like hella super underground still.
Yeah.
And
That,
he's like, oh, I need to look them up. He says, this is some sick vocals. I was like, hey.
I
And
really appreciate that.
I mean, we still listen to like Of Mice and Men and Asking
Hmm.
Alexandria and all them.
Wow.
And still, to this very day, I'll still jam Black Veil Brides. I don't care.
Yeah. Hey, man, whatever you like,
So I mean, he's into you now, so he's probably watching. So I don't know,
Cool.
because he's like, oh, I'm gonna watch the show because I want to see what they say. And I was like, it's just the lead singer, man. Just give him some time. The other band members are busy. They're probably working or they got families.
Yeah, so actually Adam, he's camping. I have a son who's actually in the other room right now, and Adam is married with 2 kids, and yeah, he's away camping, and the other guys are working. So yeah, unfortunately you only got me, but
No,
I know that they would have wanted to be here.
hey, it's better than none, because I had one band that they're like, yeah, our lead vocal's gonna do it. Okay, so he messaged me, and then he's like, sorry, man, we just had a band discussion and we're not like ready for interviews. I was like, really?
Yeah, that's too bad. I was actually
like,
curious how you discovered us, because I'm always because like I said, we're like you said, we're super underground, and I'm always curious how people find us.
yeah. So like I said, I I follow a lot of metalcore, deathcore groups,
Okay.
and one of them, your video popped up and it said, check out this song, and I think it was the one that starts with the P. I can't pronounce it. It sounds like gibberish to me.
Oh, I don't even know.
It's but it's one of your singles,
Oh,
and
Paradigm or
there it is.
Purgatory.
I can't pronounce it right because of the way it's spelled.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant a Facebook group. Yeah, no, yeah, Paradigm.
No.
Yeah, that was the one we released back in March. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was that song, and I was like, okay, so it's like the video is like, you guys are like on stage, or like there's like lights in the background, and you're singing. So I was like, this is badass. I listened to it and I listened to it and I looked it up on YouTube, listened to it, listened to all the other songs, and I'm guessing Adam's the one that runs the group page.
No. So the group page is actually well, both he and I do, but I'm probably on there the majority of the time, but we're both on there. Yeah.
Okay, so I think Adam's the one that messaged me back, because he said that he was gonna let you message me. That way you can do the interview, because they were gonna be, he said we're gonna be busy, but we'll go ahead and let the lead vocalist do it because he's got nothing better else to do.
Pretty much, yeah. No, just kidding. But no, I just been in the house, man, and it's really cool, like, because we do a podcast and stuff like that, and it's really cool. I love going on other people's podcasts. It's a lot of fun, and radio shows, and it's just a lot of fun.
And in reality, I like to bring you guys on here not just because I like y'all's music and I'm a fan now, but it's because I always think of the little people, bands that are coming out, they're not signed yet, or they are signed with a small record company and they're not getting as much publicity as they want. Why not give them a free shot on a show? Talk about their music, talk about the members, everything that they're planning on doing, give them the freest publicity in the world, and boom.
Yeah, man. No, it's people like you that really allow us to branch out a little bit more and try to reach more ears. So it's really cool, and I really appreciate you having me on.
No, the pleasure's all mine, man. Because as I said, like I jam all my guests, and one of my guests is actually a French producer out of France. And just 3 weeks ago, he was nominated for Unsigned Artist of the Year and Unsigned Song of the Year.
Oh,
and
wow.
he just won.
Nice.
In his category, and he was like, it was because of your show. Y'all debuted my songs, and nobody would have knew about it.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, and our other band, I don't know if you heard of them. They're called Dying Oath.
No, never heard of them. No.
Okay, they have they actually have a female screamer,
Okay.
awesome person, and she can really scream like hell. And it's actually backwards because in some bands when they have female and male members, the female is the one that has the softer voice than the male. In this band, it's backwards.
Oh, nice.
And they were just nominated for in their area for Battle of the Bands, and they won.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of really talented bands out there, and they just need to get the right exposure. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and it's just like this show. I mean, this show is all about you guys. I mean, I'm not like other shows that are gonna ask you for this and ask you for that. I mean, a lot of the bands are like, well, do you want a shirt or something? I don't care. I mean, I will sport you guys. I would cut up the sleeves and wear it at the gym. I don't care. Put my giant headphones on and just blast you guys. They're like, what are you listening to? And just put it on their hair, and they're over there doing cross signs and everything. Like, you need Jesus, man. And like one time I actually played them like one of my favorite bands, and it was another band named Souls out of Minnesota, and they're the ones that told me that my favorite band actually is a Christian band. It flipped my world upside down.
Oh, really? Who?
Impending Doom.
Oh, yeah. They've been around for a while. I knew that they were a Christian band, but yeah, they've been around for a long time.
I did it because I was so into the band, I was not paying attention to the lyrics, but more music.
Yeah.
So, and then they told me, so I went back and I started looking through all my files, and I was actually reading the lyrics, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So, man, I gotta tell you, how many years did you have to practice before you were actually a good screamer?
Well, I mean, I think I'm still working on it, because prior to the band, I had never really done like a high scream kind of vocal before.
Uh-huh.
And that was kind of something that the band, when we first formed, that they kind of encouraged me to try it, as my cat traverses my couch behind me here. No, but yeah, they told me, they were like, yeah, man, try it. So I think, it's still a work in progress, but I think, before the band, I was probably screaming, just practicing, whether it was, driving in the car or wherever for, man, I want to say like 8-10 years, since I was a teenager. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if I ever learned, I want to get somewhere between, I want to say, if I learn how to scream like you do and so many other the bands that I've had on here, I want to get between Phil Bozeman and Alex Terrible, like right there.
It's very tough. It's those guys. There's just some people that can do certain things, and there's some that it's just tough. And I think it really just comes down to your own unique voice. And yeah, man, I think screaming can be done by most people. It's just trying to find your voice, and that is probably the hardest part about it, whether it's just singing in general or, in my case, screaming.
I mean, if I learn how to scream, it probably won't be near that. It'll probably be like somewhere near Suicide Silence.
Well,
it'll be like that. It'll be that high pitched.
Yeah, yeah. Are you talking about Mitch from back in the day? Yeah. No, he was a phenomenal vocalist.
Yeah, I think that if I learned how to do it in your time frame that you started, I'd probably be like Mitch. It'll be like that high pitched scream.
Yeah, no, it was a wake up call though. I mean, even after all those years being in the band and like actually like recording, because like I said, I'd never been in a band prior to this one, so you start to think that you're like pretty good, and then you record yourself and you're like, oh my god, I'm terrible. So it took a lot of like just refining, and I would say that like I've honestly gotten a lot better over the last year or two than over the past 8 or 10, just because it's a more controlled practice. There's a destination that I'm trying to get to with the types of screams that I'm trying to do, as opposed to just screaming my head off in the car or something like that.
I mean, I still do it, but I mean, after a while, I'm gonna need a glass of some water or something because I'll be like, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
talk.
Oh yeah. No, believe me, I go through lots of water when we're recording.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. I would not doubt it. Them vocal cords are like, hurry up, cut us, cut us.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's awesome, man. I mean, like you guys are all friends and family, and you had your friend, and then you found more friends to be in your band, and
Yeah.
y'all guys are just like one big old family. That's the good thing about a band because that's what will make or break a band, which is the chemistry between each member.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. I mean, I say to, because it's been Adam and Derek and I since day one. Anthony's our newest addition. And we say all the time, like, how lucky we are, because a lot of times, a lot of bands have so much turnover. And that could be the hardest part of even, beginning a band, is just trying to get 4 or 5 people to really believe in something without anything like to base it off of. You're kind of just like, all right, here we go, strap in. And so we're very lucky in that sense, for sure.
So where did the name of the band originate from?
So True Shot, it actually, when we first formed, we kind of went through a bunch of names, and at first we were thinking about the name Rare Form. We were thinking about that. We're like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. But I've played World of Warcraft, the video game, on and on, yeah, for a long, long time. And I was just playing it one day, and all of a sudden I came across something in the game that had the name True Shot, and I'm like, it's actually kind of a cool name. And I said to the guys, like, what do you guys think of the band name True Shot instead? And they were like, yeah, sounds good to me. So yeah, it came from a video game.
No judgment in that because
Yeah.
my other band before you, man, that's called Worthy of the Crown. Their entire album Midas is based off of Final Fantasy.
Oh, really? Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's weird where the inspiration can come from, but yeah, I like our name for a few reasons. Just because, I mean, not even just from just the name itself, but just even on social media and stuff like that, it's super easy to find us, because I mean,
Yeah,
there's really
plus it actually has a really good meaning to you guys because your band's named True Shot, and you guys are gonna get a true shot.
Yeah, well, so that's actually, it's funny you say that, because that was kind of our secondary meaning, that because I'm 27 at this point, and we're not all a bunch of 19, 20-year-old kids. So we're like, hey man, you know what, we're gonna give this band a true shot. It's just like, we're gonna go for it, and we're just gonna see what happens. So that's kind of the meaning that came after the initial reason why we called the band True Shot. But it's true, though. I think that it's we're all trying to give it our best true shot, no, without being cheesy, but yeah.
I feel you on that, man, because since I was like 15 years old, I got into producing music and DJing, and I would, growing up in like my mid 20s, I would see, these giant festivals with people I've never heard of playing on stage to millions of people, thousands. And it's just like, I want to do that one day. And it's like, dude, I'm almost 30. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Well, man, I will say, like I said, Derek and Adam are both in their 30s, so it's never too late. It's never too late, man.
I was going to say, I'm older than you.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's funny because, like, I kind of, because in our local scene, we look around, there's a lot of younger kids, and we're like, oh geez, like, we feel like we're like the old men of the scene. But no, I mean, it's never too late. I really believe that. And I think the good thing about us all being older is that, you think back to when you were 18, 19, 20. I mean, like, it's hard for 4 or 5 19-year-old kids to stick together and be focused. So I think with us being older, we've kind of cut down on a lot of the, I guess, quote unquote, wasted time, so to speak. We just kind of cut to the point. We're just like, let's do it.
Yeah, like we're gonna stop wasting our lives on shenanigans and
Yeah,
focus on what we really need to do.
exactly. Yeah.
So actually, that's actually the good thing, man. I mean, that's like I said, that's what either will make it or break it, and you guys are definitely gonna make it because what you guys actually did was, in the majority of the time, it's like a giant pie chart. You're like, look, these are our steps that we got to take to get to this point. So let's just do it slowly but surely.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm very, very analytical and methodical when it comes to the music.
Oh,
Um,
don't say that because then the ghost behind the veil is gonna come out because that's her area of stuff.
yeah, no, yeah. I just, because I'm not a musician. I mean, I scream, but I can't play guitar or drums or anything like that. So my role in the band has kind of become the business kind of aspect of it, which I think is really important to have because unfortunately, a lot of times, and I'm sure as you know from doing your show, a lot of times the music isn't enough to speak for itself.
Yeah,
You can have the most talented band in the world, but like if nobody knows who you are, it doesn't matter. And I think so. I think that's a very important thing. And I hope I think a lot of bands are starting to kind of pick up on like the need for a social media presence and social media
yeah.
advertising and stuff like that. It's very, very important, especially for bands in our genre, which is already very niche as it is.
It's a fading genre because I mean, kids these days they don't know what they want to listen to. I mean, the hip hop and rap scene took over the world since like
Oh yeah,
the 80s, 90s, even today. I mean, there's
yep,
artists coming out left and right, and God knows that I barely understand any of them half the time what they're saying. But I rather listen to metal, old school metal, rock, grunge, alternative, um, scene music, crapcore, whatever the hell you want to call it, crapcore,
yeah,
metalcore,
right,
deathcore, grindcore. I mean, I rather listen to that
yeah.
than anything else in the world. And the Karen next to me can wave her across all she wants, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I mean, because even when I was in high school, I mean, metalcore definitely wasn't like cool. It's just one of those genres that is, I think. I heard it. When on our podcast we interviewed Frankie Palmieri from Amur, and he said it best. He's like, people are looking at this music and they don't want to be, like angry, and they're like, why is this person yelling? I'm not angry,
Yeah,
So like, I think that's what a lot of people who aren't really familiar with this type of music think. And I also think, to a certain degree, and it's sad sometimes, but there's a little bit of a gatekeeping dynamic with metal where it's sometimes can be hard for somebody new to break into it because what you're listening to isn't brutal enough or something like that. But
I
we
have
all had
friends
our
like that.
yeah, I mean, we all had our entryway into the genre. And it's just I think metal in general just needs to find a way to kind of connect with that younger audience again.
I think when I got like probably with you at the same time around your time that you got into metalcore and all that was
Mm.
during the MySpace days. Oh,
Oh
how I
yeah,
miss MySpace. That's when you were
yeah.
able to play on your page, Attack Attack, Dance
Oh yeah,
Gavin Dance, and
yeah.
all the cool scene bands. Like I tell people all the time, I grew up in southern Texas, and we had this one place called the White Rabbit, where
Mhm.
all the bands would come and play. The Used, Pierce the Veil. I even seen Guar in concert.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was one of the most brutal shows I've ever
Yeah,
went
that
to.
that had to have
I
been
went.
a sight.
I went in a black hoodie and black pants, and I came home red.
Yeah, that sounds like a gouache show.
So it was the most. Now the one show that I would love to watch, and they were supposed to come to the United States before this whole COVID shit, was Rammstein. Oh my God, do they put on a hell of a show?
Oh yeah, that would have been a weird, crazy, memorable show. Yeah, that would have been.
I've seen their YouTube video where they play live in Paris, and they're playing Du Hast, and it's just like the show itself is insane. Just I was like,
Yeah,
man, I would love to be there.
yeah. No, that would be a heck of a show to be at.
even if Slaughter to Prevail came, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna try to buy my VIP pass and just go high five Alex real quick so I can get some of that energy off of him.
Yeah, I've seen him live, and he's just he's crazy live too. I mean, the guy is the real deal.
So, I mean, you've probably seen the video to Demolisher.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now when he does the Russian portion, do you think it's been synchronized in the computer system? 'Cause I don't. I think that's actually him
No,
because
yeah, I believe it's actually him too. I mean, I've seen some videos of him, and yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's him. I think because when you record vocals, you typically do layers, and that's just a normal practice. So I'm sure it's just layers. Because I think a lot of people were saying that it was pitch shifted or blah 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 or whatever. To me, I didn't think it was pitch shifted at all. I think it was him, and I think the live versions of him doing it show that he can do that.
I mean, a lot of people that I know too, they said no, they pitch shifted that, and I was like, no, because Russians speak in a very deep tone as it is. So if you try to, growl that, it's gonna
Yeah.
come out even heavier.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think it's pitch shifted at all. No.
So I mean, Richard, what other bands did you know were you influenced by, growing up and learning how to scream besides, Whitechapel?
Yeah, so one of my favorite, probably my favorite band of all time is As They Lay Dying. I think that they were my initial gateway into metalcore. Other than that, I think prior to me getting into metalcore, I was really into like Avenged Sevenfold, Lamb of God, Atreyu.
Oh my God,
Um,
X's and O's.
yeah, oh man, I remember X's and O's like it was yesterday. Like oh man, I just remember being at my friend James's house. We're just sitting there in his bedroom. I think it was probably like what, like '05 or '06, and just listening
Yeah.
to that. And I mean, yeah, so I mean, yeah, As I Lay Dying was really my first kind of entrance into metalcore. And then from there, like Shadows Fall, I remember back in the day. They were really really a cool band. But yeah, no, I'd say like As I Lay Dying was probably like when I
Your most influential band.
yeah, and I've also really, like I said, Lamb of God. I think Randy is an incredibly talented vocalist. I mean, the guy's like almost 50 and he can still do that. That is just something I hope to be able to say when I'm 50.
Favorite song by Randy of all time. Walk with Me in Hell.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, no, man, it's yeah, man, it's just been a lot of influences, but I think even today, like I'm a huge fan of Amur. I think that they're a very very talented band that they're easy to dunk on. I know that, but I enjoy them a lot. But yeah, I mean, my influences are always changing, but yeah, like you asked initially, was probably like Lamb of God, Avenged, Linkin Park, Atreyu, As I Lay Dying, those kind of bands. Yeah.
What about All That Remains?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good one too. Yeah, like I remember playing Six on Guitar Hero.
Oh my God. One of the most hardest songs ever, Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man, it was a crazy song, but no, All That Remains was definitely another one. Yeah, that's really
I
yeah,
still remember playing Dragon Force on that thing. I almost broke the guitar.
yeah.
Oh
I was never good enough to ever try that one out.
my God. Even on Easy, that was like the hardest song. That and the clip of Dover is like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a song that I never attempted to try in Guitar Hero.
I personally, I've been flipping back and forth talking with Herman Lee, which is the lead guitarist from Dragon Force.
Hmm.
And he said that he'd love to come on our show eventually one day, but he's too busy twitching.
Yeah, I know that he's on Twitch. Yeah.
So that, and then another guitarist, I mean, he's actually wicked crazy. I mean, I actually wandered upon them on YouTube. I was flipping through YouTube when I was in quarantine, and I was like, this guy's playing to random people on a website called Omegle. I have no idea what that is. And he's pretending to like not play like
Mhm.
barely learn how to play, and then he like says, "Oh yeah, well I know this other song too," and they're like, "Okay, we'll play it," and like he just shreds it. He's over there playing like the Trooper and Raining Blood, and I was like, "Where the hell did that come from?"
Are you talking about is his name The Dew or something like that?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's very entertaining.
And it's like, whoa. And then it's so funny because he's over there on live and he's playing on a Hello Kitty guitar.
Yeah.
That's that's why I said it. He's playing on a pink Stratocaster with a Hello Kitty emblem right in the middle.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Like
he's
that's
very
that's,
fun.
that's balls and guts right there mixed together.
Right.
But that's like the craziest deal. But Bridger, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break, and this is um like one of the biggest moments right now because I absolutely love this song. And hold on, I got a message here. Here it is. Got it. Got it. Go. Okay, this is "Find Me, I'm Missing" by True Shot. me get this situated shorter. And we got light. Jesus brought us light. Thank you. So that was Find Me, I'm Missing by True Shot, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to say, that is such an amazing song. I jammed that like, I don't know, like 9 times today. Since like 6:30 this morning. I was waking up all the Karens in the neighborhood.
Well, thank you, man. I'm glad that you like it.
It's one of those unique songs. I like unique, one-of-a-kind sounds because so many bands are just copying bands that like came out in the early 2000s. They're trying to just remake another song and call it their own, but they add their little twist and it makes it badass. But I mean, you guys are going 100% original, which is like super awesome. That's what I like out of bands. It's like, okay, we're not just gonna do some random. Cover songs are awesome. Don't get me wrong. There's some cover songs. I had a band that covered The Weeknd. Jesus Christ, that was so hardcore, I almost melted.
That sounds awesome. But no, man, I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, we try to be, as original as we can. I mean, we all have our influences, but yeah, we're trying to. We want to make it. We want to make a sound that when people hear us, they're like, "Oh, that's a True Shot song," and that's what we're going after.
Yeah, my buddy just texted me right now. He's saying he's playing Call of Duty, blessing you guys too.
Awesome.
That was the message that I got. He's like, I'm jamming the band. I'm playing Call of Duty. Call you later. I was like, okay.
Awesome.
So you're now officially on Call of Duty.
Yeah, man, that's a great endorsement. I love that. That's really, really cool.
So not only does your song just got played worldwide, but now you're on worldwide on Call of Duty.
Hey, there we go. Perfect.
So I hope the other band members are probably listening in, or they'll probably, what I'll do is I'll send you this link, and then that way you can send it to them, and that way they can watch and get a kick out of it. But
yeah, I'll definitely send it to them. Yeah.
And but yeah, so big ups, guys. You guys, y'all are now on Call of Duty. I'll probably do the same thing later on today too. I'll probably jump on there and just play that song. They're gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Just feel it."
Yeah,
feel it in your bones.
Maybe it's good Call of Duty music. Maybe it's good music to listen to. Grouping up or playing Warzone or whatever.
Oh my God, Warzone would be the best. Just slaying everybody, just blasting that in the background. But no lag. Like, it's so crisp and clear. It's like, boom, you're dead.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, no, hey, that's a great endorsement. Or video game music. I love it.
I would actually play that song in a Doom game.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, no, I that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think metal. I was gonna say, I think metal is great video game music for sure.
It is. It's actually great stress relieving music because when you listen to metal, you're not angry. You're actually happy.
Yeah, you're right, and I think that's another misconception that people that don't listen to metal might have.
It does because a lot of, I've gone to the gas station and I've gotten this millions of times where they stereotype me because I roll with my windows all the way down and the music cranked all the way up.
Oh yeah.
And I have subwoofers, so if the drummer's double kicking, my back windshield looks like it's double kicking.
Yeah, no man, it's
when I pull up to the gas station, there's always these one people. They're always like, "Can you lower your music down, Satan worshiper?" Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I have no idea why people do that. They always misconception that metal music has everything to do with religion. Okay, maybe some bands, some small percentage, but not all bands.
Yeah, I think that we, that dates back to, Marilyn Manson in the 90s. They associated it with satanic themed stuff, but yeah, it's just a misconception. It's just one of those things that, I think is tough. It's going to be tough to get out of people's minds to refute it. It's tough.
And that's another thing. I don't even know how Marilyn Manson got ordained as a minister.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't know he was.
He's a full-fledged preacher. Like, in his concert, I've seen one of his concerts on YouTube live, and he's actually an ordained minister, has a whole church and everything that people go to, and it's just like, how did that even happen? How did that slip through the cracks?
I had no idea that he was. That's great. That's probably a
Yeah,
marketing tactic on his part because he was always looked at as a satanic person or whatever, and he's like, you know what? No, I'll be a
I
minister.
remember
I think that that's great.
I remember seeing him on Jerry Springer.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I remember he was. I remember back in the day, he was making his rounds for all those different talk shows. Very, very intelligent guy, though. I'm glad that he was able to speak because I think it showed people that he's a bright guy.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many bands out there that are like wicked, crazily insane. I mean, another band that I actually listen to is Fatal Cradle
Yeah.
Filth.
Yeah.
And it's like they're, I want to say Norwegian black metal.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, they're black metal. They worship the devil. But if you look at the lead singer, John, he's like the most nicest, caring, compassionate person you can ever meet.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's like how he is on stage and off stage are like two totally different people. I mean, it's all about performance is what I tell people.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. 100%. Yeah.
And there's some bands that do take it off the throat, like lead singer to Napalm Death. Guy's neck is bigger than my forearms.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's pretty insane. So I mean, what do you guys have coming up? You guys working on some new music and
Yeah, so I mean, actually, the other day we just sent our next song to be mixed and mastered, so that should be ready pretty soon. And then we have to shoot a music video for it, and we're going to be doing some pre-save giveaway stuff involving that. So we're going to really build it up. But no, we're excited. I'm actually been looking at my phone ever since the other day. I'm just like, oh, did we get it back? Did we get it back yet? Did we get it back? Because I'm excited to hear it mixed and mastered. I'm really excited for this song, and it's a very, very meaningful song as well. So I'm hoping that people enjoy it.
So I mean, I'm on that note, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a gift for me to you guys, because you guys kick ass, so badass. Any song that you guys ever come out with, drop me a link and I'll play it on here.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, no, I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, anything that we can, anything that'll help us, get people to listen to us, especially shows like yours. I think that's awesome, and I really appreciate it.
A lot of I'm gonna say the majority of the people that actually watch this show, a small percentage is here from the U.S., but they're all from. I want to say they're all like my fellow emo scene metalheads that nobody really cares about, right? So that's like my small percentage in the US. But in Germany, Transylvania, Korea, China, Japan, I'm so big that people love your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, a metalhead's a metalhead, It doesn't matter where they're from. I'm just glad that whoever listens to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just glad whoever listens to it and they like it. I don't care where they're from. I'm just glad that they're taking the time to appreciate, my band's art, and I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, like probably later on today, what I'll do is that we actually have a whole network deal, and I usually feed off of it to my other social medias, and I can actually make a video, a short and like animated video with your song on it, blast it on my social media, which I have like tons of followers, and people are gonna be like, "Holy shit, that's a song."
Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. Yeah, whatever you'd like to do. I mean, I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. I mean, the last time I had a guest on here, they were like new, refound DJ performers that, for obvious reasons, I complied with every rule that they had because they wanted to keep their facial structures anonymous. Like, they did not want people to know who they were because prior to where they became DJ producers, they were actually in some pretty big bands, and they didn't want nobody to know who they were. So,
interesting.
Yeah. I don't even know who they are, and we're friends. It's like, dude, we're cool. I'll keep your secret. They're like, no.
Yeah, that's staying true to the gimmick, staying true to the character. I admire that.
They're like, we won't let you know who we are until we become like really big. I was like, dude, you know how many views on SoundCloud you have now because of me? Just letting you know. I was like, I threw the boat out there and they took it. Just letting you know they're like ha 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 funny. So
Yeah.
they're pretty cool. They're like, oh, when we're ready, we'll let the world know who we are. And I was like, okay, I
Cool.
got no
Yeah,
problem
that's
with
really
it.
cool. I like that the mystique, the mystery. I think that's really cool.
Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It took me 3 years to actually. I made a song. It took 3 years for me to actually show it off. But it wasn't for two of my guests that actually told me, tell the world, fuck it. There's people bound out there to like it and people out there to talk smack. It doesn't matter.
That's very true. It's very, very true. I mean, there's always gonna be people that are, that aren't fans, but there will be people that will like it. It's
Yeah,
always
so
true.
so that's actually the good thing about this network. It's like they're the ones that actually help me promote not just my music, but your guys' music because it's not only my show that your songs get played on,
Mm.
it's a bunch of other shows, commercial breaks and stuff like that that we make and announce your guys. Like if you like when your new song comes out, we can make a small commercial. It'll play like during my show or somebody else's show, and it'll be like, come check out, I'm so and so from this show, and this is True Shot's new song. Come check them out, and blah blah blah. And then
Yeah.
or anytime you guys actually come out with and anything, just hit me up and I'll be like, okay, I always got room for bands that my guests that are always like up and coming with new stuff. I tell every single one of them, it's like, you got something new coming out, let me know, I'll blast it for you.
Yeah,
If you
man.
want to talk about it, come on here.
Yeah, and it's really nice because a lot of people that have some kind of a platform or whatever or a show like you have, that's a lot of stuff that people really try to find. That kind of promotion, and I think it's really cool that you do that. And I'll be sure to send you the track once it's out for sure.
Oh yeah, that'd be badass because I'm gonna jam that one too.
Yeah, the
It's
next.
like,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no.
I was just gonna say, no, our next song is it's kind of it's a cool one. I'm really really pumped for it. It's got a little bit of everything in there, and it's a little bit different from our last two songs, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm pumped to see what people think.
I mean, the majority of our bands on here, man, not just, my wife's usually here, but, she actually, we were out for 2 weeks because she actually tested positive and I had to stay away. So I was like,
Yeah.
you know what, I can't do the show without her. But she finally came out and they tested again. She came out negative this time. So that's actually a good thing. But they said that, we still can't keep close contact. Like, if we're in the same room, we got to have some distance between us. So
Oh
that's
man.
why she's not here. Usually she's sitting right here next to me laughing her ass off.
Oh man, I'm glad that she's okay. That sucks, man. But yeah, I'm glad she's okay. Yeah, man, that must have been scary.
It actually, they said that she had the mild case. It wasn't the bad one. They said if it
Oh,
was bad, then she wouldn't be able to stay home. She would have to been hospitalized in a drug-induced coma due to her prior medical history.
oh man, that would have been just
It would, yeah, it
worse.
would have sucked for me. I would have been out of work for a long time.
Yeah, man, it's awful. Well, yeah, I'm glad she's okay.
So, actually, her whole family is. It's like it was a shocking because I would hear like knocks on my door and there'd be like food. Like the hell? Where'd this come
Yeah,
from?
yeah. I mean, yeah, man. But no, that's wild. I'm fortunate that nobody close to me has caught it personally, because I'm up in New Hampshire, pretty far away, so we're pretty low in terms of cases overall, thankfully. But no, man,
And that's like that's what we read down here. It's that in smaller states and smaller areas, like their numbers are like within the single digits to almost maybe 20 at the most.
yeah, I think the last time I saw, we were like one of three states where the cases are actually going down. So
Yeah.
that's good. But I'm hoping, knock on wood anyway, but um, yeah, I'm fortunate that nobody close to me's gotten it. I'm fortunate that I haven't, or any of my bandmates. But yeah, man, I'm glad that your wife's okay.
Me too, because it sucks, man. It does.
Yeah, it does.
I don't wish it on anybody because everybody just hears what they want from the news, but until they actually see somebody going through it, it's like, oh shit.
Very true. That's very, very true.
So, I mean, like I said, guys, you guys are always welcome on the show. You can add me on Facebook. I don't care. And, I will blast you guys anytime. Like I said, you guys get something new. You guys are working on something new. You guys want to talk about it. Just hit me up.
Cool, man. That's awesome. I really appreciate that.
So hopefully maybe the next time that the whole band can take time off and then be like, bam, this is the band.
Yeah. It's a little bit of coordinating, like I said, because, I have a kid and Adam has 2 kids. And
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it can even, we meet like once a week usually. But yeah, it's pretty tough to get us all together in the same room.
I mean, we can actually pre-record the show. I mean, on a Saturday or something, you guys want to pre-record something or talk about something, you guys are not all available on Friday, but you guys are all available on Saturday, just let me know. I mean, my producers have no problem pre-recording the show if they're not doing nothing.
Cool.
Because they will always they will always tell me, yeah, we got something going on at this time, but we could do it at this time.
Cool. Yeah,
so that's actually the cool thing. Yeah, that's actually the cool thing about my producers. They're very lenient, except for Thursdays, because Thursdays is date night. That's very important.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have one of those. Yeah, for sure.
So, man, we're almost done with our show. Almost out. And, I really appreciate you guys, actually, especially you for taking time out of here. I know Adam's camping in the woods somewhere.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Don't forget to lock your ice chests.
Yeah, well,
you guys bears out there, don't y'all?
Oh, no, he went camping a couple weeks ago and he was about 6 inches from a bear. He was telling me. So, yeah, he was.
I would have been like, well, do I run or do I knife it?
Yeah, I was like, that must have been scary, but
it's like I don't want to Chuck Norris this bear and roundhouse it.
Yeah.
So make sure you got your Yetis locked, Adam. That way they don't get stolen.
Yeah.
Next time, take the RV, not the tent.
Yeah. Right.
But like I said, man, I appreciate you guys coming on here. And guys, this is Richard Javrin from True Shots. We played their song, Come Find Me, I'm Missing. So if you like it, hit them up on Spotify, Apple Music. You can follow them on Facebook, True Shot at facebook.com. And, if you want to know more about them or anything, just hit them up anytime. Like I said, Richard or Adam. Adam's not available this weekend, but Richard would probably answer your questions on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm Junior. This is John, Richard. And we're out of here.